In this warm-up sequence, we'll be using a broomstick or a pole from Bunnings perhaps as a way to help you warm up your shoulder connection to your body and prepare you for class or your day in the real world. We're going to start with around the world, or some people call them dislocators. Hold the pole wider than your shoulders and take your arms up into the overhead position, circling around as you open. And here's the challenge, bring it back. So maybe I'll take a wider position. Legs can be together, apart, or whatever, as long as you're not kind of preferencing one side of your body. This can also be done seated. Let's do 5. Breathing out, without the back arching, come around. Breathe in. You might have more range to go over with your arms narrower, but then reality sets in and you can't come back. Take the arms a bit wider and pull back. And then over time, you're going to close that need to change. But do what's right for your shoulders. This is about a general mobilization. Please don't try and break anything in your body by warming up aggressively. Let's do 10 of those. Pause now and complete your reps. I'm going to move into the next version. Lift up, bend your elbows, bring the bar down. So in a way, we're in the overhead swan position and you're pulling down for a shave. And there's my classical link for you. So lift the arms up. As I do this, I'm not just letting it fall down, I'm pulling wide as I go. To stretch to that front part of my shoulder. One more. And I'm bending wide. And again, your choice where your hands are on the pole, and of course this can be done with a power band or TheraBand. What I'd like you to do is place the pole in vertical. I'm using my right hand and have it on the right side of the pole. I'm going to take my right elbow and pop it on the left side of the pole and lift the pole off the ground. Rotate that way. You'll feel a stretch through the shoulder and maybe into the lat around the armpit. Come back to neutral. Rotate this way. You'll feel, obviously, you have more action. Exhale. Inhale. Release. And neutral. Now, some coaches will tell you, as you go to rotate outward, pull the bottom hand on the pole for assistance. I'm going to let you use your common sense if that is right for your body. I would advocate not to do that until you're very experienced and you're free of shoulder complaint or pain. This is not something to do to liberate your neck and shoulders if you have dysfunction or poor posture or discomfort. Okay, let's look at the other side. Again, I would do at least 10. So my left arm on the left side of the pole, the outside edge, I move to the inside. I take the bottom hand around the pole, beneath my elbow, and I rotate. And I will go and revise my prepositions, I promise, some positional language ideas, where is beneath, etc. Okay, so as I exhale, I'm actively rotating my left arm in the shoulder socket, or armpit, and then coming back together. I might give myself a little bit of a pull because I'm experienced in my body and conditioning, and I understand my own body and posture through years of shoulder rehabilitation and putting myself back together. But that's my choice for my body. I don't advocate you subscribing to no pain, no gain. We know that's preposterous and well out of date. So go gently, go with compassion, go with where you're at today. Okay, so up to 10. Put the pole over here, not on your neck, not even at the back of the collarbones, a little bit lower, so that you can have some feedback. What I would like you to do is come into standing swan, and then relax, and then standing cat. And relax. This can be done seated, on a bench, on a seat, can be seated on the floor, can be standing, can be kneeling. It could even be half kneeling in a hip flexor stretch position, which is how I'm going to do it right now. Lifting up, I wave my body forward, and I round my body back. So I'm lifting up, I find my extension, I find my swan, I relax down, and I roll up. Or in standing, I find my lift, my extension, I find my waving swan, I look down, and I roll up through those joints. I'm lifting up into the pole, so I'm going to press my hand in to the pole and up to encourage the lift, and I'm traveling. I'm looking down, okay, and I'm rolling up, and I'm going to reverse it. Rolling down in the cat, I'm going to stretch forward like I'm pushing the push-through bar forward, and I'm going to lift my body up like I'm pulling up the wonder chair pedal in swan. Rounding my back, stretching the chest, and lift my body up. Or, to show you in kneeling, round, forward, and up. Now, whichever position you're in, the spine is the start. So as you're coming forward, if you're kneeling, don't then add a lunge, unless you intend to, and you're welcome to do as you please, because you will anyway. Okay, saw. So the bar can be on the collarbone, on the middle back, it's up to you. Right hand, left foot, simple as that. Twist and reach and come up. You can do a few where you're very strict about the pelvis. You can do a few where you're letting it go and the knee can go as well. So it's really up to you. I would recommend, if you're not thoroughly warm in your hamstrings and spine, or if it's early in the morning, I would be gentler with the rules, and I would be thinking more about wafting to the side for a 6 a.m. class versus if I'm doing this warm-up protocol and it's 6:30 p.m. But the choice is yours. Okay, have a little break from that position. Maybe I'll do some of these again. Again, I'm sticking to ideally 10 plus reps of each exercise, but just for time and to show you that you could actually do 3 of everything and keep it to 5 minutes before your class if you focused. We're just shifting your ribs. Ribs go to the side, ribs come back together. Ribs go to the side, ribs come together. I'd like you to inhale as you travel to the right. Exhale, find your center. Check in as you're moving from side to side that you're not allowing extension to take over, that you are being very strict in this plane, as if you're living inside of a toaster and the elements will burn you front to back. We don't want a burnt bottom or a burnt chest. You can then be stricter, and now I'm saying move the ribs, but I'm allowing my shoulder and the pole to move, so I can aspire to move the shoulders less and to move the pole less, and then it becomes an internal action rather than I'm thinking of the outside. I think about the inside of my spine traveling 1 millimeter each side. You can also think about, if you're tight in your adductors or you're a bit restricted in your pelvic actions, maybe you could do this pelvis only. So a few pelvis only, a few ribs and shoulder, a few ribs only, and maybe a few shoulder only as well. The world is your oyster as long as you have one of these. And just pop that in front of you, and we'll just do a few bends from side to side as well. Now, depending on your socks and floor coverings, you might be slippery, you might be sticky, you might get to one side and then sit down and scoop the other leg, but really, just get out of this work position and move your body from side to side. It will thank you and you'll enjoy how it feels in your class. So with all of these 10 plus reps, if you're extremely pressed for time, 3 to 5 would be a great start. And if these exercises are useful to you, you don't need to reserve them purely for a warm-up before your Pilates class. You can do them at home a few times a week. Okay, enjoy.